when you think America, you probably think freedom, open roads, and probably some baseball. Today we're going to take a quick ride through the history of the Jeep and the Jeep Wrangler model. We're going to take a close look into of why and who the Jeep was made for, specific models, and some really cool facts that you may or may not have known about. Jeep. Jeep is a vehicle with a purpose. It's a small general purpose vehicle made for off-road terrain. It's equipped with four-wheel drive, and it can be driven through tough terrain in mud, snow, and sand. Reliable. And we first saw the Jeep build in the early 1940s in World War II. Now, you think, why World War II? Well, at that time, we didn't have many advanced military vehicles. So the government reached out to America, of course, people, to give them the answer. So in Bernal legends, as we stated, during World War II, the U.S. Army was named a lightweight, all-purpose vehicle, basically to get troops and equipment back and forth from bases overseas. Ford Motor Company and Willys were the two in the high running for the government to purchase their vehicle build. Willys Overland produced the Willys Quad, and this actually ended up winning the heart of the government. It was considered a general purpose vehicle, or GP. And Jeep got its name through the slur of those two words, and it's created Jeep. This is one of my favorite quotes I've seen here. It's from an American general from World War II. It says, "The Jeep is as faithful as a dog, as strong as a mule, and as agile as a goat." That'll keep you running. Next, after the war was over, the troops came home, and they were the only ones who knew about the Jeep. The Jeep wasn't made available for regular American consumers. So the demand was so high that Willys actually made a civilian Jeep. So the desires were mostly for, as they say, veterans, farmers, working man, or the American citizen. So in 1955, the CJ5 platform was put in production. Side note, CJ stands for Civilian Jeep. It came equipped with seats for passengers, and it was standard with four-wheel drive. So in a quick look at a timeline, what you say is 1948 through here in the time of 2001. We ran through the CJ platform, the CJ7, which was one of the most popular, was in production in 1976. And after that, the YJ model, the TJ model, and the current JK model. We'll take a closer in-depth look at those models. So the CJ7 platform. CJ7 platform was built from 1976 through 1986. It was updated from the regular CJ, which everyone had a desire from the CJ5 to the CJ6. Everyone had a desire for that civilian model. It's just basically be a working vehicle, something to run around, get dirty, but you're not going to church in it. The CJ7, in the late 70s, they kind of want to make it, an all-purpose vehicle. You can go to church, you can go to the grocery store, you can take your kids to school, it's more practical. It came equipped with a 2.5 cylinder engine, 4-cylinder, or the more, reliable you can say, is just the 4.2 cylinder, which was carbureted. So on the top of the CJ7 platform, it had a longer wheelbase than the older CJ models, which made it easier to control the road, safer. And it had upgraded heaters, so you didn't freeze in the wintertime. Because in the winter, you froze. And when it rained, you got wet. The next model platform we look at is the YJ. The YJ model came out in 1987. It was in production until 1995. This model was in production. It had an updated powertrain, and it was up to code on safety regulations. So one thing that really stuck out in this model is, as you can see here, the roll bar. Instead of being slanted down, as you may have noticed in the back on older models, it's now squared up. This was because in case of a rollover accident, passengers in the back seat didn't get crushed. Production, engineers really didn't think that through in the earlier model. Quick look at the interior. There's a little bit more comfort. We have more dashboard indicators. Still no airbags yet. They weren't necessary, but they were still in the INS area on airbags yet, especially the utility package. And standard with carpet. And you can see here the whole heating element. It's a lot more warmer by just looking at it. Next we have the TJ platform. The TJ platform was in production in 1997. And you want to ask, why was there no model in 1996? Well, what happened was that this was such a drastic change between these two models of the YJ and the TJ that they had to completely redo the facility, the production facility in Toledo, as a matter of fact. New lines had to be improved. It was a total facelift. Here you'll notice on the TJ, ground headlights. Once again, we have an upgraded safety regulations. We now have airbags, both driver and passenger. And the suspension is upgraded. You can't really know it by looking at one, but if you get underneath and go around, you'll definitely see a difference. On the older models, the TJ and YJ, they say on leaf springs. Well, on the TJ, it's like coil springs. It provides a lot more comfortable and safe to ride, and you don't feel every bump of the road. I would almost compare it to riding in your grandma's Cadillac on a Sunday. The next model, platform we have is the JK model, which is still in production today. It's the only platform now with the four-door option. It's four-wheel drive and now has a two-wheel drive option, which a lot of Jeep owners kind of proud of because you don't really buy a Jeep for two-wheel drive. What's the fun of that? They now equipped with automatic door locks and power windows. Once again, in the summertime, on the Jeep, you can pull the doors off, and there goes your power windows and power door locks. So, what's the use? And the JK model is only available with the 6-cylinder engine. It's a 3.7 10-star engine. Next up, before we can look at it, is a couple of Jeep fun facts. So, next time you see a Jeep, doesn't matter what model it is, maybe it's not the Wrangler, there are CJ, YJ, TJ, maybe it's just, any Jeep you see on the road, pay attention to the grill. The 7 slot. The 7 slot for 7 reasons, because Jeep was the first vehicle to be driven on all 7 continents. Also, one little fact is, if you ever ride in a Jeep with a Wrangler, if you actually own one, you ever had another Jeep, go to get a Jeep wave. Basically here, this is just one hand on the steering wheel, 2 or 3 hands, 2 or 3 fingers up. Kind of like a code. And all over, not even in the United States, all over the world, there's Jeep clubs. Everyone just gets together, it's like a big cult, you can say. Everyone tries to one-up each other, but in a good way. It's what makes it, good old-fashioned family fun. And the Jeep Jamboree, which takes place in designated areas, United States, even southern Brazil. So what that is, it's a long weekend of camping. It's very family friendly, and everyone gets together and just march trails, and giving guidance. So you can be a beginner on some of these trails, not have to worry. There's someone there watching over you, giving you a sense of reassurance. One of my favorites is Jeep Beach in Daytona, Florida. That's gathering of about 15,000 Jeep owners get together in Daytona Raceway. Once again, we have obstacle courses set up, and then it goes through the whole weekend, last weekend. Owners walk to the beach, and the beach is just filled with nothing but Jeeps. And they'll cruise up and down the ocean way, and basically it's a fun time, you know. So lastly, we'll take a quick look at, you'll see a Jeep, and everyone's got something to make their Jeep unique. And a lot has to do with the stickers that the owners like to throw on. Up top, you've seen this one before, I'm sure. It's a Jeep thing, you understand. That's basically the line to get you out of anything. Oh, what's that noise? It's a big noise by Jeep thing. You tell the guy it's a Jeep thing, you want to understand. It's basically true because the owner usually don't want to know what's wrong with it now. This is a cool one here. You can go fast. I can go anywhere. That one kind of sticks out to the younger kids. The ones who keep up their little Hondas are obsessed with the movie Fast and Furious. This is kind of comical. It's you see a lot of the family stick figures on the back of minivans. We're going to use this. Nobody cares about the stick figure family. Guys were kind of running away. And this is another good one here. No problem, written in an upright position is upside down is a problem. You'll see that on the back of the spare tire a lot. So the insight to that is it's a problem once the Jeep is rolled over. Because guys, they've been wheeling it and keep it off. What you do when you own a Jeep. So when you think Jeep, you think America. We started out with the boy. The birth of Jeep was because the United States was still fighting for freedom in the 40s, and it was a calling card for the Jeep. So when you think Americana, think open road, think baseball, but now think Jeep.